Hey everyone, we're the Frequency Brothers. I'm Dillon, this is my brother Keegan. Yes, we are blood brothers. I know we may not look like it. We wanted to tell you a little bit about Charged by Inanna, but before we jump into that, I wanted to give you a quick version of how we even got here. Personally, I spent about the last decade or so inside high-tech global businesses and some high-funding startups, running everything from R&D to innovation programs, product development cycles, and this was with some of the biggest patent holders on the planet. That showed me how fast technology moves, but it also showed me everything technology can't quite touch yet. And at the same time, since I was basically a young teenager, I've been obsessed with consciousness, energy, the unseen mechanics behind why humans feel the way we feel. And so eventually these two paths kind of merged, my kind of engineering focused brain and my deep, like spiritual obsession.
And for me, basically, I'm the opposite side of that same coin. I spent years working hands-on with people, from having a clinical background with working with mental health people, to being a Reiki master teacher and a multidimensional sound healer. I've helped hundreds of clients move through everything from health challenges to spiritual breakthroughs. My background spans really from scientific modalities all the way up into the far metaphysical. And I've always been the experimental one, testing, feeling, refining energy systems in the real time. So Dillon brings that architecture and system level thinking, and I bring the experiential field side. Together, that's the foundation for what eventually became Charged by Inanna.
So you're probably thinking like, why does this matter? Why right now? And honestly, here's the real story. We're at a point in history where quality has basically plateaued. And this is across every industry. Ingredients are better than ever, and they're easier to get your hands on. Technology is better than ever. Information is everywhere. Manufacturing has become accessible. Supply chains are getting more and more optimized. Everyone essentially has the same tools now.
Water is the clearest example. We've literally perfected it. You can clean it, you can structure it, mineralize it, alkaline it, and after that, there's really nowhere else to go, physically.
So what's left to evolve? The energetics, the frequency, the vibration. That's where the next leap is. And that's where Keegan and I have been focusing over the last few years.
The next thing people should be asking is this charged? Is it coherent? Is it frequency aligned? Is there deep intentionality going into what we are consuming, what we are creating for consumption on all levels?
Charged products are where conscious consumption can go next. And Charged by Inanna is the system that finally makes that real. So now that you kind of understand what the mission is, I want you to also understand kind of like where this protocol originally comes from. So we approach this problem like engineering, right? So we have tensor geometry, field harmonics, crystal lattices, ormus, material science, energetic mapping of an entire environment.
And we tested and tested and tested.
So eventually, after years of refinement and trial and error, with a big emphasis on error, we found a repeatable way to imprint coherent frequency fields into physical matter.
And that process became what we call Charged by Inanna.
So what the heck is Charged by Inanna? I know we talk a lot about this process, imprinting frequencies, but like, what are we actually doing? What is it? This is essentially our proprietary frequency imprinting method. And there's no secrets, there's no smoke and mirrors. It's widely available information. Anybody who wants to learn more, we don't hide anything. In fact, we want to empower people to start doing this on their own.
We essentially combined naturally occurring technology from organic material like tensor technology using copper, crystal lattices, crystal geometries, specialized colloidals, copper, silver, gold, and multi-staged charging sequences.
So we're not changing the material itself. Like I said, the physical properties of material are amazing. What we're doing is we're changing the field that material carries.
Think of it like tuning a product into a more harmonious, coherent state. Think of it like breathing life into the spirit of your creation.
So sounds great, but how do we actually validate this? And like, how are we actually measuring and proving things? We don't do anything that we can't replicate. Every protocol goes through rounds of testing over and over and over again.
We have multiple environments, multiple people. We look at consistency, emotional response, somatic feel, environmental shifts, everything.
Really simply, and this comes from my background in tech, if it's not stable, it just doesn't ship.
Before we do anything together, we start with a founder interview.
And this isn't, don't look at this like this is a sales call. This is really simple. Keegan and I love people. Everybody that we meet has incredible stories. And so this is more like a podcast style conversation.
It's where we really get to know you, your story, your values, your inspiration, what you're building on a soul level.
And no matter what, both sides get to walk away with something valuable. Of course, there's the nice thing of getting a free podcast. We both get to use some content. We both get to learn a lot. But what's really special is every single time we do this, we walk away both sides really with a lot of clarity, incredible feeling of connection, and then of course, a piece of content that you can use.
We dive deep into your brand, product, and intention.
Yeah, and after we've done that, now as this is kind of as we're getting into the actual process after that first interview, then we're going to do some product evaluation, right? We're going to understand the materials you're working with, we're going to analyze them, and we're going to figure out like the best ways to apply our various charging protocols.
We charge a prototype, test it, and refine it.
Yeah, and that's step 3, right? Prototype plus testing. Step 4 usually is where we finally jump into like a full deployment. We build the charging field either here or at your production site. Everyone's a little different. Every vertical has a different product, a different material to work with. And so each one of these systems is very unique in that sense.
With step 5, bringing calibration and maintenance, we keep the field tuned so your product stays consistent.
Yeah, and then of course, there's a lot of value when we start getting into like the co-branding. At this point in time, because everything's charged, you're using the process, you get the ability to actually incorporate the Charged by Inanna seal on all of your products that are charged, which is starting to carry more and more weight as people become more consciously consuming.
People feel charged products instantly. It's not subtle.
Yeah, and what's really cool is it actually builds like a deeper connection with what you're consuming, a deeper connection with the brand that's actually offering that to you. We've noticed like, a lot higher loyalty levels with consumers. And this is where we get into like a really unique kind of like product experience.
You're not adding a feature, you're adding a frequency.
Yeah, it stays exactly what you made, but we get to elevate it and we get to activate some dormant value in there. And so like, if you're feeling ready to look into this a little bit more, you're ready to kind of look at evolving your products beyond this physical level, this physical plateau,
And step into the next generation of consciousness, conscious creation, conscious consumption.
let's talk. Reach out. Join us for a little founder interview. Very non-committal. Just like I said, we want to get to know people. We want to see what these other potential verticals are to work with. And let's explore, whether your world's ready or your industry's ready to be fully charged by Inanna. I think, together, this is how we start collectively building that future of high frequency products.
Yeah, and we look forward to just connecting, supporting each other, and inspiring each other.